Hey folks, this is Kalani. The revisited Horrific Visions are finally available and you can pick up a lot of rewards from this system, but jumping into Horrific Visions for the first time can be very overwhelming, especially if you didn't play back when they were current content. In this video we're going to go over everything you need to know about Horrific Visions, how to survive for long enough to actually unlock some rewards, and what you should do first to make your progression easier and smoother. Now before we jump in, be sure to hit up that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. You can start your Horrific Visions adventures in Dornagal towards the bottom left of the map. There's going to be a new icon over there, so it's super easy to find. Pop on over and you'll be able to pick up a quest from Soradormi. Follow that through and you'll open the Horrific Vision portal. When you get inside the instance, you'll see Rathian in the middle of a big room. We'll explore this room a bit more later. For now, just talk to Rathian and start the scenario. Now in this very first run, don't try to do anything special or fancy. I would recommend you just go kill the boss quickly. You can't really progress in Visions until you've unlocked a few other features of the system, so focus on that first. Knock out the main boss real quick and you can continue the introduction section. After that first run, you're going to be introduced to the talent system. You can trade displaced corrupted mementos, which is the currency we'll be collecting for running Horrific Visions. You can trade those in for a talent point to use in this new tree, and basically every point is going to help you progress further into Visions in one way or another. The first point is the most important, the Orb Operation Manual. You just simply cannot progress without this talent point because it gives you 3 orbs to use in your vision runs. When you use these orbs by using an extra action button, you'll plop down a big golden orb that will regenerate your sanity while you stand in it. So this is going to be the main way you regenerate sanity in your Horrific Vision runs, and it kind of gives you 3 lives to work with. So you want to unlock that before you even really try to do any progression in the Horrific Vision system. Now to unlock any other talents in this tree, you'll just need to collect more corrupted mementos currency from running more Horrific Visions. Trade them in for another Echo of N'Zoth and then use that to unlock your other talents. It doesn't really matter what order you unlock these in, partly because you have to unlock the entire first row before you can move on, and partly because the talent system is time-gated. We won't be able to unlock the next row until the 2nd week, and then everything else becomes available in the 3rd week, so we won't have access to all of these talents until the 3rd week of Horrific Visions, which is kind of annoying. You should prioritize spending your corrupted mementos on unlocking more talents whenever you can, to ensure that you have all the power-ups available to you, which will let you farm even more corrupted mementos to use on buying up the various goodies and rewards later on. Now the next time you head into a Horrific Vision, you should also be able to pick up a quest from the Bronze Hourglass. This is where you recruit your NPC follower or assistant for the Horrific Visions. The construct of Soradormi can tank, heal or DPS for you, so you don't have to go into Visions by yourself. You can take this NPC in with you and they're going to help out in whichever way that you select. However, this NPC follower is not entirely free. They will increase the scaling of monsters in the Horrific Vision, so your monsters will have a lot more health than if you were to just go in alone, and they're probably going to deal more damage as well. The specialization of the construct seems to matter too. Here's a comparison of the health of the first few monsters of the Vision when I go in by myself, and then when I go in with the construct as each role or spec. So taking a DPS construct increases the health the most, then tank construct, and then healer construct. But basically, if you take the NPC in at all of the mobs will have almost double the health. So you need to decide if that extra help is actually going to cover the increased difficulty right now. Personally, I don't think the NPC is worth taking. I would just go solo unless you are really struggling. Keep an eye on any updates for this though. I imagine the dev team might lower the scaling or maybe entirely remove it if they want players to actually use the NPC helper, but for now I really don't think it's worth it. That's pretty much all the intro stuff taken care of, so let's explore this starting room a bit more. When you talk to Rathian, you have an option to view the map of the vision before you head inside. This is going to be super useful. You can see there are 5 main areas, the area with the main boss, 2 corrupted areas, and 2 lost areas. Hovering over each area will tell you the objective to clear in that area, the sanity drain while you remain in the area, as well as the current negative affix or effect that you'll have to deal with. Now, what is not immediately clear is that for each area that you clear, you will also get a permanent 10% sanity drain reduction. So after you clear the main boss for the first time, your sanity is going to drain 10% slower. Then for each side objective or bonus area you clear, you're going to get another 10% added to that. By the time you've unlocked the first row of talents and cleared every objective in the Stormwind vision, your sanity will drain 60% slower. You can actually see your current sanity drain by finding and hovering over your Steeled Mind buff. This will give you so much more time in the vision to get other things done, like full clearing in one run, or gathering extra collectibles, mounts, secrets, and other things like that. So in your next vision, try to clear one of the corrupted areas, or maybe even both if you can manage it. Then in your next run after that, try to clear one of the lost areas, and then the final lost area in another run. Basically, clear a different zone or objective per run you do until you've cleared them all once. Then you can start working towards a full clear with that 60% sanity drain buff in play. We've also got several tributes in this starting room that we can interact with too. Some of them only become available after clearing certain objectives, so if you can't see all 4 of them just yet, you probably need to work towards a full clear first. Each tribute will provide you with a different effect, and if you interact with them you can see how to increase the progress bar here. What's important to note is that you don't need to fill up this progress bar for these tributes to be useful. You can see I only have 13% in the tribute of Clear Sight right now, but that still unlocks this tribute at level 1. The Clear Sight tribute lets you see treasure chests in your horrific visions, so that's kinda cool, but the other tributes actually provide huge benefits to your run. All of these effects are tracked as buffs on your normal buff bar, so you can get extra damage, a movement speed and haste buff when you kill enemies, and elites will restore your sanity when you kill them as well. The best part of these tributes is that you unlock them and progress them simply by completing horrific visions. You will always be killing bosses or killing elites or killing monsters, so the more visions that you run, the more powerful these buffs will become and the easier your future runs will be. Now, as for the visions themselves and how to actually get through them, you generally have 3 goals. Clear objectives, kill monsters, and don't lose sanity. Clearing objectives will unlock the extra chests at the end of your run and unlock future progression options, while killing the normal mobs will earn corrupted mementos, and then they'll get multiplied depending on how many masks you have active. More about that in just a moment. While you're starting out, you don't really have to kill everything. In fact, I would avoid as much as you can and only kill the necessary monsters to clear an objective and then to kill the main boss. We're on a timer here after all, we have to be careful with that sanity. Now the bosses or mini-bosses all have nasty spells that will deal heavy damage or remove big chunks of your sanity, and if you die, well, that's game over, especially if you're playing solo, and if you run out of sanity, that's basically the same as dying, so we want to avoid those 2 things. It is worth noting that if you run with the NPC follower or helper, they will actually revive you by using one of your orbs or one of your charges of your orbs, so that might be a good reason to bring them in if you're worried about dying too many times yourself and not being able to actually fully clear the horrific vision. But then you have to deal with the scaling of monsters, so you're looking at a harder horrific vision, but they'll be able to save a problem or a mistake if you do end up dying or running out of sanity by accident. So that balancing act is going to be up to you. The most important thing is going to be learning the mechanics and interrupting the important abilities of the bosses especially. Pretty much everything on the floor is going to be bad as well, so dodge any swirls or circles that pop up too. It's also pretty important to note that certain mini-bosses have multiple spells that can be interrupted, or they will recast stuff before your interrupt is off cooldown. Some of these abilities are really nasty and either deal a bunch of damage or just nuke your sanity, but if you don't have another interrupt, you just cannot do anything about it most of the time. This is one of the reasons why horrific visions are easier in a group, so if you can join some friends or guildies, you might have a much easier time progressing through this system in general. general. You'll have more cooldowns to work with, you'll have players who can run around to do objectives while the other ones take care of the monsters, and then you have more interrupts and CC to work with, and you can revive each other as well. So if you have people to play with, or you can pick up a pug group if you don't, you can jump into Horrific Visions with a full party of 5, so just bear that in mind if you're struggling a little bit. Something else that can help you out are the random potions scattered around the vision. There are several different colours, and what the colours do actually changes each time you enter a vision, so you either have to remember what each potion does in your current run, or use an add-on to keep track of it. There's really only one bad potion, which will reduce your sanity when you drink it, and that potion can always be found right at the start here next to the note. So that colour will always be bad, and you can safely drink every other potion colour for the rest of that run. You can get stat buffs, bonus damage procs, and even a sanity regen potion. As long as you remember not to drink the bad potions, they can help you progress quite a bit further. So your first set of goals should be to clear each objective at least once, and it doesn't have to be in the same run. Then you should unlock every talent available to you, and by that point you will probably also have unlocked level 1 in each available tribute. Then you're going to want to work on clearing every objective in a single run, which will unlock your first mask. Now, masks are where the system really starts to progress and take off. For each mask that you equip or enable, every monster will deal 25% more damage and have 25% more health. You'll also get way more corrupted mementos, so this is how you earn the crazy amounts needed for some of the rewards as well. You can earn more masks by clearing more visions with a mask equipped, so it's kind of a snowball. Each mask comes with a special negative effect which will make your runs harder though, so it may be worth waiting for future weeks' talent unlocks to really get stuck in with the mask system. That's going to be up to you though, and how much fun you're having with the system so far. That's pretty much how visions work and a general overview of each moving part of the feature, but what's the point in all of this? What do we get out of running Horrific Visions? Well, to start with, there are a whole bunch of achievements to unlock. If you're interested in that kind of thing, you can get scaling gear and crest rewards, which start at item level 626 for killing just the main boss, and then as you add side objectives and masks, those rewards will scale all the way up to 658 gear, so you can get some pretty decent gear rewards here if you can full clear with multiple masks. Now every run is also going to reward you with crests up to gilded crests for clearing the whole vision with 5 masks active, so that's really one of the big goals here, and then you're going to get valor stones from every run pretty much no matter what, so you can also farm crests and valor stones in this system as well. As you progress and reach certain milestones, you can also purchase weapons of varying item levels from a vendor just to the left of the Horrific Vision portal. There are veteran weapons, champion weapons, and hero track weapons, and you'll need to progress through the visions to unlock each vendor. So by the end, you'll be able to just straight up buy a hero track weapon. There's a vendor with a bunch of cosmetic goodies as well. You can pick up various mounts, pets, and transmog, so go take a peek through everything there to see if there's anything you want to pick up. The mount in particular is very cool. A lot of these rewards are quite expensive though, so you'll really want to unlock all of your power upgrades in the system to let you equip as many masks as possible to farm those mementos much faster. There are also new head enchants that can boost your character's power. The NPC that introduces you to the Horrific Visions talent system will give you a quest to collect some materials from the visions, and this will unlock the new corruption head enchants. These are decently powerful, and there are 2 versions, a blue version and an epic version. For the first week we'll only have the blue version available, so you want to come back next week or the week after to pick up the better ones, which will require another fetch quest whenever that becomes available to us. Completing that quest is super simple. You just have to complete a Horrific Vision and loot the chest at the end. Each chest is going to contain one of the quest items you need, so the more objectives you clear and the more chests you have at the end of the run, the faster you're going to finish this quest. Collect all of the items and enough corrupted mementos to complete the quest, and you can go hand it in to get your first corruption power. It doesn't super matter which one you pick right now, because after you've completed this quest, you can buy the other options from the same NPC for 500 corrupted mementos each, so you can get every single option if you really want to. That being said, the best options seem to be Void Ritual and Echoing Void for most players and classes, but you'll want to check your class guides for specific information. It's very important to note that almost all of your progress in the Horrific Vision system is warband or account-wide, including the sanity buff, your talent unlocks, tribute progression, mask unlocks, and corruption effect unlocks. So you only have to do all of that stuff once, and your ults can go in with all of those buffs and bonuses already in play. The displaced corrupted mementos currency is also warband transferable, so if you don't want to run visions on the character and you just want to buy your best corrupted enchant, you can do that as well. Just send the currency over and buy your best effect from the vendor. Another very ult-friendly addition is that when you've completed a full clear with one mask active, you'll be able to buy the Warband Purifying Kit from the Champion Weaponsmith vendor. This causes all future veteran drops to be warbound until equipped, so you can just send those items to your ult to help them gear up. When you manage a full clear with 5 masks active, you can buy the enchanted Warband Purifying Kit from the Heroic Weaponsmith, which causes all future champion gear drops to be warbound until equipped. So you can use the Horrific Vision system to load up on warbound gear and help gear your ults up that way as well. I think that covers pretty much everything. It seems like we'll need to wait 3 weeks to unlock all of the talents available, and there are 2 different vision maps, one for Stormwind and one for Orgrimmar, and they do rotate each week. And there are actually different unlocks in each map, so it's going to take a bit of time to unlock everything on offer from Horrific Visions. But what do you think of the Horrific Vision system from what you've played so far? Are you going to work towards unlocking all of the rewards, or would you rather spend your game time doing other content? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to all of our members here on YouTube. You can see the names floating by on screen. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can find links in the description or click the join button just below the video. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful in any way, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you're always kept up to date. Thanks for watching, folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.